Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sabre Red 360 series Air module. This will be the first webinar of a series that begins today, continues tomorrow with fares and pricing topics, and ends on Thursday covering ticketing module. The aim of this initiative is to refresh knowledge about the point of sale and maximize the use of Sabre Red 360. Now, Carolina will give some housekeeping details and talk about the agenda.
Thank you very much, Leandro. So let's review the housekeeping rules that we have in place today. This session will last 75 minutes, so we will be together for 1 hour and 15 minutes, more or less. The lines have been muted, as we were saying before, and this is to guarantee an optimal development of the session to avoid background noise that might affect the quality of sound and to make sure that our presenter today is not distracted by that. Also, the chat window is active, so you can send your questions, comments, concerns through the chat, and we will pass them to Carlos Egochiaga today. Something that is very important is that you make sure that when you do so, you select the option All Panelists. So Leandro, Carlos, or myself will be able to see the message. The idea is that we don't miss anything of the things that you will be commenting through the chat. This session is being recorded, and as we mentioned earlier, we will upload the recording to our YouTube channel, and we will share it with you also in the supporting material that we will send within the next 24, 48 hours. And along with that, we will share also the customer satisfaction survey. As you know, this is very important for us that you fill in the survey and let us know your opinion, not only about today's event, but also about the work that we do and the things that are of your interest. So now I would like to also comment on the agenda topics that we have for today. We will cover air shopping, also air availability, air schedules, and fare quotes and how to get the air segments through the fare.
Thank you very much, Carolina. Well, Carolina Ricarte and I, Leandro Gentile, will moderate today's session. We are responsible for the marketing campaign for Latin America and the Caribbean. We are based in Montevideo, Uruguay. Our mission is to monitor the chat session and to pass the question on to our speaker, as well as being attentive to your comments. In case of any questions are not answered during the session, we will try to do it in the supporting material set that we will send within the next 24 hours. Now, we welcome the guest speaker for today's session, Carlos Egochiaga. He's an expert, a product expert from delivery team. He's a delivery specialist for the region. Along the next 75 minutes, he will share the content mentioned in the agenda. So now let's welcome Carlos. Hello, Carlos. How are you today? And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Leandro. Thank you, Carolina, for inviting me. I am very pleased to be part of this session and have the chance to share what Sabre Red 360 is and how we can get the most out of it, based on my little experience, obviously. So thank you very much. I believe now I have the ability to share content, right? So
That is right. I already assigned you the attributes to the song.
I'm gonna share my screen. That's better. Yeah. So now I'll go here into this. Let me put it this way. And sorry about that. This is what we are going to share today, Sabre Red 360 Air module. So the this presentation that you are seeing, I'm going to use it as a guidance, and it will be provided as part of the supporting material with you. And besides all the information that you're going to receive today. So let's start with this. Air shopping. Air shopping is found inside the air menu on Sabre Red 360. Let's go straight to the point with air shopping. Shopping in Sabre Red 360 provides the easiest way to search flights and total price based on an extensive set of options. Right, so we have destinations, passengers, carrier, cabin, stops, calendar search, and advanced qualifier. So with all these options, especially with advanced qualifiers that we have 2 additional qualifiers available, we have the ability to search for flights and price. And we can combine here destinations, types of passengers, amount of passengers, different carriers, cabins, etc. So it's very, very flexible, and the response that you receive when you use your shopping is very rich in content. So that's something we really would like to show you today. So I'm here on my Sabre Red 360 setting as a graphical view, and we have here the air option. And here are the options on the air. We have air shopping, air availability, air schedules, and fare quotes. So on our shopping, this is my first screen, and I will go try something like, for example, pause on the 9th of November. I am using my keyboard. I am not using the mouse yet. So it's 9th of November. I hit enter here, and I'm doing by tab, and then move. The system recognizes that this is then a round trip situation. So ping and post are populated here, and then I added the date, and I have 16th of November. So let's take a look at this. I have here the time. This is an outbound flight, the departure time. I can set up an arrival time too. Sometimes it's possible that our client says, I need to arrive at 9 p.m. or I need to arrive at 5 p.m. or at 11 a.m. in the morning. We usually don't do that on the regular GDS world. We display all the availabilities, and we look manually for the time. But here we have the ability to do it very simple. I just put the arrival time, and I just select the time, and it will be done. My time selection goes from morning, afternoon, evening, or I can go from the midnight to 23 hours. So it's very flexible if I need at some point to do that. Right? What else do I have? The passengers. By default, one adult passenger. I can add 2 passengers if I want. I can add passenger types here. A child with the age, let's say 7 years old. Let's do 6. Maybe 2 childs, and then the other one has 3 years. I don't know. Any other passenger type that I want. An infant, I can add it. Another, I have everything here. Infant with seat, the senior citizen, the companion, the student, the ITX, the INN. All passenger types are here. The commuter, sport passenger, time saver. It will depend on what you need at that time, but it is. You have everything here graphically.
Excuse me, Carlos, sorry
Go
to
ahead.
interrupt you, but
Please.
what we are noticing here, at least Leandro and myself, I don't know if the audience also, please let us know, that the quality of the sound is not the best. It's like coming and going. Okay,
Oh,
so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it has to do maybe with your headset or anything, but it's
well,
not like
let's.
exactly. Yeah, well, customers are confirming that the sound is coming and going constantly. So if we can try to
Maybe
fix that,
it's.
that'll be
Okay,
great.
let me try it with another headset, and if the problem continues, I will change the internet line that I use for a different one. But let's try to just give me 1 sec. Let me move here. So I'm going to disconnect my headset, and I'm going to connect another one, and you tell me if you hear me.
On the meanwhile, we remind you that you have the possibility of subscribing to our YouTube channel, so you can get access to the latest updates about the contents that we upload in there. As you know, we are all the time working on our agenda and on topics of your interest, and it's also a very good opportunity for you to look at everything that is already there. You will find plenty of contents that are really useful, not only regarding Sabre Red 360, as Leandro mentioned before, but also about different products as well.
Carolina, Leandro, can you hear me?
Yes, and now it sounds much better, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's good to have, different options. Okay. So may I continue?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah, our invitees confirmed that they are listening better.
Let's see. Please let us know over the chat.
Yes, yes, they are saying that.
Excellent.
So
Perfect. Great to
proceed,
hear.
please. Thank you.
Excellent. So we have our Pause King itinerary here. I'm going to add it here. Let's do something kind of simple with one adult only. I have the option also to select the cabin that my passenger is going to use. It doesn't make any sense to receive a lot of information we are not interested in. So if my passenger is going to fly on business, I don't need 250 options to be shown. I just need the business options to be shown. So here I have the ability to do it. The same with the stops. I want a non-stop flight. I want up to one stop or two stops. Then I can do it that way too. It's always depending on what my customers want, but also what I can offer. Maybe my customer wants to go nonstop, but I know that that route is not going to be one stop. I mean, nonstop. It needs one or two stops to arrive to that point. Again, and as usual, if I don't select anything, I will receive a lot. I will receive all the information available. I have a calendar search here, in which I can see as a calendar with flexible dates plus minus 3 days, different fare options. So I can detect if there is a saving that I can offer to my customer. I am not going to select the calendar searching here because I want to select it on the next screen so you will see exactly how it works. And I have also, as I said, more than 20 additional qualifiers. I am working with a corporation with a corporate ID fare. Am I working with that specific alliance? Or I need a cabin or carry by leg. I want to set up the connection time or the currency code. I can exclude AP fares. I can exclude connections in the overnight. My passenger don't want an overnight connection. I can exclude the classical restrictions like VAT, advanced purchase, minimum or maximum stay, penalties, or I can exclude the via country, which is interesting, right? If my customer needs to go to a place and needs visa for one of the connections, I can say the system to not include that country. So because my passenger doesn't have a visa for that. And with that, I'm just saving again the information that I'm going to receive. I am setting my responses from here. I can exempt taxes if that were the case. I have a lot of things that I can do here. But let's do it very, very easy, right? I'll put it here and I'm just going to do shop airfare. And let's this system to show us. Now I'm working on a PZC from my home country. So don't be afraid of the first here because this is also testing. So we are not paying attention too much to this to the prices, but to the interaction with the system, right? So here are the responses that I have. What can I see here is Port of Spain to Kingston on the 9th of November to 16th of November. I have filters here. Going to filters is a good thing because I can see how the responses uh, are are showing, right? What's the content of those 250 options that I will receive. So here for this city pair,
I have 2 airlines here, American Airlines and others, that on my country has to be validated with Hanair. The first type is private. It can be also public. The first source is Sabre. It also can be API. It also can be NDC, right? I can select the price range. I can see that there are 2 stops here. So from the very beginning, I know that, and I can say my customers to do this flight, you need 2 connections, right? There are the connecting time here, the connection type, the duration, the departure and arrival time. I have the ability to set up this, to tune this up on a way so I can, filter more. Also, the responses are here, and the responses are here, like from the lower to the highest price. And I can sort them. I can sort them by price, by duration, by departure time, by the best. I can set up as, for example, duration. I want to first the faster ones, and then by price. And if I apply, all these things moved. So it's a very interesting way of doing things here. But I am not going to set it up. And then I have these 2 lines of what we call decision bars. The first one shows the fare trend, the travel seasonality, the flexible dates, the fare range, and the alternate airports. Fare trend basically will show us when it's available if the fare is going to up or it's going to be down, or it will keep the same for a period of time. Historically, if the fare goes up, I will see a line, and a line that goes up on the graphic. And on that way, I can say to my customer, you know what, buy today, because historically the price is going to be higher. If it goes down, then I can say, you know what, just wait a little bit, because the price is going to be down as per the history. And if the fare trend is just a flat line, we know that the price is not going to be higher or lower. It always be the same, or at least with fluctuations that are not really important, right? It doesn't affect significantly the price. So we can say to the customer, if you buy it today, or if you buy it tomorrow, or if you want to wait a week, it doesn't affect the price that I am giving you right now. With travel seasonality, we see that the volume is moderate. If I click here, I will be able to see a graphic. And I can say to my customer, if you want to have the chance to have a better price, you need to fly here on the 25th of October. From 1st of November through 19th of December, the volume is medium. If you want to go on the 20th of December, that's a very high season, and the chances to get a better price are lower. And again, if you see here, if I click here, I can reshop. And if I click here on the reshop, the system will take all the options that I added at the beginning. It will check the new dates that I am taking in here, and it will show me the flights. I do not have the necessity to add all the information again, which is a time saver. Flexible dates. It's interesting. Save $6,000 departing 3 days. That's a very interesting price. Let's check. And here I have, the calendar. And let's try it. Let's try it. I want to click here. So I'm just choosing a different dates from the 6th of November to November 14. And let's click on shop and let's see what happens. So the system is taking all the information that I input at the beginning and is reshopping on the new dates. And I have here the responses. And again, I have my decisions bars again. I didn't have the necessity to add things or to re-add things or to retype things here. The system keeps the data for me. And now my flexible days has similar prices plus minus 3 days. So I really need to go into flexible days? It can be if I want to give my customer more days, for example, right? If he wants to be, for example, one more day, he can do it if the price is the same. So I can use the flexible days in two ways. The price, so you see it from 6,000 to 400 or 500, which is a lot of saving, but also for days. The price is similar, but maybe my passenger can benefit from 2 or 3 days more or 1 day left or a different set of days and paying the same price. For range, when it's available, it will show basically what others can pay, what others paid, sorry, for this same trip. And on that way, if I know that the main cabin is 700 and others have paid 800 or 900, oh, my price here, my first American Airlines data here is really good because others have paid more, which is interesting. And here I have the alternate airports as well. So if I click here, I will see a different airport, which is Tobago. But if I do this, the price is 3,986. Let's assume that the price would be $100, which is much better. And my customer doesn't have problem in going to Tobago Airport, which is 52 miles from POS. But it's just $100. So if I do reshop, the system will reshop in Tobago. And it will give me that $100 that I saw. Very graphically and very easy. If there is, it will be shown. So it's really, really nice to have those options at hand. I'm going to close it here. And then I have here the second decision bar that we have, and we call it the price. In this case, I have the cheapest, the fastest, and the best. And in this case, because we reshop, we have American Airlines only. But you can have the cheapest is American, the fastest will be Delta, but the best can be, I don't know, Iberia. And you will know on that way, you have another conversation with your customer. You can do it. You know, you choose the cheapest, but you know that that flight is not the fastest one. That's going to take 20 hours to arrive to your destination. However, if we choose a different airline like Iberia, for example, you are not going to spend 20 hours. You're going to spend probably 10 hours, which is 1 hour more than American, but you will get a different pricing here. So in that way, with a very brief analysis, you can give more information to your customer as the expert that you are, and he will feel better. This decision bar of the prices is giving us the chance to show that the cheapest is not necessarily the best, and that's actually a myth. And we have with this bar the ability to dilute it and to show the customer that cheapest is not the best, not all the time. So with that, we have now to go to my different options here. Prior to go to that part, do you have any question or comment? Carolina, Leandro?
I do not
Not so
see any
far. I
comment.
haven't seen. Yeah, neither do I. I haven't seen any question over the chat.
Okay, good. So let's continue with this. So here you have now the options. As we mentioned, we have up to 250 options that the system can show at once. And I can go simply going down, and then as soon as I arrive to this point, this little circle appear, and it will show me more. And then I just continue going down, and it will show me more. So it's kind of very gentle here in a very easy way. Now this is what we call the Airline Storefront, which is a very different way of showing the prices in here. What do we have here? We have American Airlines. We have from Port of Spain to Kingston through Miami. And here I have the arriving in Miami, how many hours I have to stay in Miami, and then go to Philadelphia, and then goes to Kingston. By simply hang over here without doing any click, I am able to do it. Now, if I don't want Miami as my connection, I can click, and you will see here, include via Miami or exclude via Miami. If I click on exclude, the options will disappear with Miami, right? So I have the ability then to eliminate the connection that I don't want. Then I have the flight. And here there are 3 different airplanes, the 737, the 321, and the Airbus 321 too. 23 hours of flight. Here is the COVID-19. By clicking there, I know the policy of the airline related to COVID-19. It's an enhanced aircraft cleaning. There are no block adjacent seats. I need a face covering. The flight is going into a standard capacity. There is no need for data of vaccination. There is no pre-flight temperature check, and there is a negative test required. So in that way, I can say to my customer, hey, you need a negative test. They are not going to take your temperature. They are not going to ask you for vaccination. You need your test. Remember that the flight is going into a standard capacity, so it can be full. And there is no block adjacent seats. So if it's full, and you are going to have people inside you. And remember to use your face covering. On that way, my customers know that from Post to Miami, these are the rules or the policy that American Airlines in this case have related to COVID-19. If I change the flight, if there is something different, it will show me here. As you see here, from Miami to Philadelphia, no COVID-19 test is required, but from Philadelphia to Kingston, a negative test is required. So by flight, I know what's the policy of the airline related to COVID-19, which is a very useful thing. And now I have my prices in columns: the basic economy, the main cabin flexible. This column says no guarantee attributes. So basically, this is the basics of the basics, or the nothing over nothing. And here we have in this column, ticket exchangeable for a fee or ticket refundable for a fee. And on the third column, I can see free checkback, ticket exchangeable or ticket refundable with a fee. So all the prices that I see in this column has no guarantee attributes. All these fares have this ticket and exchangeables and refundable for a fee. So on that way, I have the 3 prices in here, and it's very, very nice to have it, in one spot. Let's say that I want this main cabin flexible. I have here the ability, sorry, let me move this a little bit up here. If I click in here, main cabin flexible, I have all what I have. I have my carry-on up to 45, my exchanges after departure permitted for a fee, before departure for a fee. There is some in-flight entertainment for free, refunds before departure permitted, same-day standby, standard boarding, streaming video. And if I want to pay, I can pay for my Admirals Club, my extra leg room, priority boarding, priority checking, same-day change, up to the Wi-Fi. So I know now what's main cabin flexible offer. What about basic economy? Well, in basic economy, I have in-flight entertainment, same-day standby, and streaming video. the Admiral's Club, the first 6 bag, the pre-reserved seats, same-day change, the Wi-Fi has a price. I don't have basic seats. I don't have exchange after departure. There is no refund, and there is no standard boarding. So it's very, very limited. All those attributes related to basic economy. I'm going to choose then my main cabin flexible. As soon as I choose it, it pops out. And I have here all my flights from post booking to post on my return. I have here the rules. On this line, I have here the basic data of the flight from, to, the class, the meals, the equipment, the operating, the operates, the on time, etc. I have here my branded fares, my seat map, and my route happy. So here on this line where I have the rules, I have the basics here. So I know just by looking at it, that there is no penalty, that is changeable with no penalties. There is no charge for the exchanges before or after, or for the refunds before or after, right? Minimum stay. And if I want to be more, to see more details, I can click in here. And as a result, I see all the data in here. Very, very simple. Branded fares. I might click in here. And if I click in here, I have the different branded fares options available for this specific flight. I am here. I can do my basic economy, my main cabin flexible. I am right here, main cabin flexible. If I want to move, I can go into the business and I click in here. If I do self and save price, it will save the price for me in a very, very easy way. I have the ability to see all the attributes in here. The main cabin flexible offer 1 carry-on bag and personal item and 1 first check bag for a fee. On business is 2 fresh check bags per passenger. There is obviously a difference on the price, but it will depend, right? The seat map, you can see the seat map with no problem in here. And you can also sell, or buy the seats. If you want to buy seats, you can do it. Right? You have available ones, and you have also with price. If you choose one of the prices, the system will generate the document for that payment, and at the moment of ticketing, you will issue the ticket and also the EMD for that price. So that is automatically generated by the system. I cannot add anything because we are just doing the airport. We are not doing the reservation now. Adding the passenger data and everything. And finally, the amenities. By our connection to Route Happy, we have the ability to show now that this is a 737 MAX narrow body. It has 30 grades of seat pitch. It's a 3-3 airplane, so it has 3 at the right, 3 at the left. It has a stream on demand. It has power USB outlet, so I can connect my my things here, my phone or my tablet or my laptop. It's a partial route Wi-Fi for a fee, and they provide me snacks. And those are on the post Miami. In the Miami Philadelphia, it's different, right? And you can move, from one to other. For a fee, I can see Netflix in here, right? Now I have here 2 buttons: the sell and save price and the propose. Propose it's an icon that appears if you as an agency has contracted the product called trip proposal. It's a premium feature, right? If you have that premium feature contracted, you sign a contract for that, then you have the ability to propose this flight to the customer, which is a very, very interesting product. So if you never see it, please contact your Sabre representative and ask for a proposal because you want to see it and how it works. Let's sell and save the price. Let's see what happens. Here we are. I am saving the price now. Now I have the ability to go to the branded options available here. And choose the main cabin flexible and save the price. And now I have the price saved. And on this way, I am just, sell my segments in here. As you see here, I have the luggage icon with the green light. So if I click in here, I have my flights in here. This is the trip summary. I have here PNR. I don't have a PNR yet. I don't have a code. I didn't add travelers or hotels or cars. But this is the way we sell the air segments using air availability. Any questions so far? Sorry, air shopping. Any questions so far? No comment?
Not that I see here.
Okay. I believe Alejandro doesn't have anything too. So let's see.
No, you can proceed.
Okay. So this is basically what air shopping means. Let me show you something here. I can go to this clock. Let me check this one more time and click on select. As soon as I did this, the system will pre-populate all my things in here. And I know now that I want American Airlines, for example. So I can add it or delete it or change the conditions. And I can shop for airfare again. As you see, it's very, very easy to work with Sabre Red 360 in graphical way. Up to now, we don't use any command, any cryptic command yet. Now, if you look carefully, you see here there is a flag in green. What does this mean? If I click here, this is a private fare filed without corporate ID or account code. Basically, this is a private fare offered by American Airlines to all the agencies. And that's why that green flag appear. What happens if you are working with a corporation and you have a corporate ID? It's a corporate fare. You will see that green again. But when you click here, it will say private fare filed with corporate ID or account code, meaning that what you have chosen to show is correct. When you add the information in here, and you go into advanced qualifiers and choose the account or corporate ID, and you added here the corporate ID, for example, says 001, right? Oh, sorry, is account code here, sorry.
Carlos,
Yes.
whenever you have a minute, I will ask you a question from Colin.
Certainly.
Okay.
Give me just 1 second. If I put account code here and I click shopper fare, and I see as a result this green, that means that this is the Tesla 001. If it says private fare filed with corporate ID, that's Tesla 001. That's the price, the corporate price for Tesla that my customers have access to. I just don't want this detail to be missed, so that's why I go back here. Please, Carolina, go ahead.
Well, Colin is asking if we can, if the search can be narrowed down to request a non-US route if the passenger don't have a US visa, for example.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. You can do it here. Let's try this. one more time. Let me ignore what I have, and let's try it. So I'm going to ignore what I have. Perfect. You will see those are not here anymore, and there is no green light here. I'll go back here. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to delete the airline, and I'm going to advanced qualifiers. And here you have one qualifier says exclude via country, and I will exclude US. And if I do my shop airfare, it's not going to take any US carrier in this case. And so on my case, there is no result found. All the flights goes through US, right? But let me try something different. I'm going to select here, and I'm going to add it a different destination. For example, I will go from Lima to something very classical, like, for example, Madrid. Well, let's do it even a little farther, Vizian. And I'm going to do it on the 27th of November. And I'm going on my BZN to Lima on the 11th of December. I am excluding US. And I do my shop airfare. And you will see that there is no US. So the answer is yes, you can do it through optional qualifiers, through additional qualifiers. There you go. And you will see again the same thing, right? The fare trend, the travel seasonality, the flexible dates, the fare range, the alternate airports. When we talk a little bit about the cheapest, fastest, and best, here the cheapest is Air France, the fastest is Iberia, but the best is Air France. Air France is 2 more hours, 2.15, 2 hours, 15 minutes more than Iberia, but the difference in the price is higher too, right? So you fly 2 more hours, but you are saving money here. So in that way, Air France not only the cheapest, but the best. And as you see here, there is no US. Hope that answered the question.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
No, please, my pleasure. Okay, so let me do this. Excellent. So as we see on the presentation, I click shop airfare. The system gives me the options, and I see the flight decision bar and the fare decision bar, the rules, the branded fare, the seat map, and the services. And as soon as I select it, I have the ability to see taxes, baggage, seat maps, etc. as we did. And as we mentioned, proposal will appear if you have that premium product signed. If there is no more question regarding shop airfare, I will move into air availability. Air availability is found under the air menu in Sabre Red 360. And it will give me the booking classes available for the city pairs I specified. It's pretty similar to the traditional way we worked in the past. It's graphical, but I will have the option to see the classes, to choose the classes, to sell the booking classes there, right? Based on my destination, my carrier, my bookings, my advanced qualifiers. Certainly the advanced qualifier here are not that much because we are talking about air availability. So I will only be able to choose for the alliance and for the cabin because those two things are related to air availability. If I want to exclude US, I cannot do it through air availability. I have to do it through air shopping. Let's take a look. Let's try try this. UBF through LHR. The date will be 19th of October. If I want to see it, the return, I just click here on plus and it will pre-populate it. And I will add it the date of the return, which is 26. I can include the carrier, the booking class, or the advanced qualifiers that I mentioned. Let's take a look and search for the availability. And here we have Qatar, we have Delta, we have JetBlue, and I have here all the classes available, right? I can click here to see more availability results. Inter-Caribbean, Virgin Atlantic, etc. But as you see here, is the UVF Atlanta London. It's just my outbound flight. My inbound is here. JetBlue, British Airways, Caribbean, etc. So I have here the ability to do my round trip by clicking on the tabs. So let's see. Let's try Delta. Let me see if it works here. I have the flights, the city pair, the COVID-19 restrictions again, or policy, sorry. And I'm going to choose, I don't know, let's try K class. If I click here, it will open and it will show me here. One passenger in K class. And I click on sell. That's one way of doing it. So I have here my outbound. Now I click on return availability. And it was supposed to give it to me. What happened? Oh, nope, something has passed. Something happened. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna do it one more time. Something happened here. Okay, there's nothing. Go here. Try this. I can execute it or I can select it. I'm going to execute it. So it will show me again this. I'm gonna try it one more time. Let's see how it goes. What happens if I double click the class? Instead of one click, I do twice. If I double click, it sells anyway. So this is the response that I wanted. I have sold my outbound. I'm gonna click here and it will show me my return. And I have here my return in Delta. What class I sell? I sell M class. So let's look for M class in here. M class. And I double click on M class and it will sell it. Now, since this is air availability, I have to price. I don't have the price yet, which is okay, it's good. In order to get the price, I have to go into pricing option. This is something we're gonna do in details tomorrow. And let's try to do at the lowest available fare. I click on that, and the system will do it. Now, it will do it for the whole itinerary as part of the flow. You start with your outbound flight, then you get the inbound flight, and then your price. This price, 1,593, is for the whole trip. And again, you have the option to save the price or to propose or to modify the class or the dates or even reprice with the different options that we will see tomorrow. What do you have available? I know the information of the bag. The first is free and the second one costs $100, but at least include the baggage. And I saw here because it's a black luggage. If it's no luggage here, it will be in gray. I have the options to see my taxes in detail, my fare calculation in detail. I have the ability to see the baggage disclosures here in detail. I have here the ability to see the seat map as we did before when it is available, certainly. Sometimes, and you know, Airlines doesn't show the seat map until certain conditions are met. Right? So in this example, the seat map is not available. I have my air extras here. If there is air extras here, there is a minor, an accompanied minor service, extra baggage service, you know, any additional service that the airline wants you as an agency to offer or to sell, you will find it here on the air extras, and certainly the brand options fares in here also available. Any question?
Carlos,
Please go
yes,
ahead.
actually, there's a question from Jolie. He's asking about the black bag. I mean, the
Yes.
icon. That means that the bag fare was added to the price.
That means that there is a free luggage there, that the price including baggage. That's why you hand over here and you see that first is free, the second one is $100. So in this price, in this 1,593, there is one baggage included, the one that it says free. If you want to buy an additional luggage, you have to go into the air extras and find the appropriate segment in which the luggage is offered. And on that way, you can sell it. Let's see, under UFV. Let's try this. Like in here, there is a baggage here. So if I want to add an additional luggage, I can click in here. It says not available for a reason. The airline is saying us that it's not available. So even if they offered baggage, in this case, maybe because the PNR is not ended, right? It's not available right now. Airlines can't do that. Airlines can prevent you to sell air extras if you don't have a PNR. And in this case, we don't have it. We are just selling the air part, right? But it is true. Remember that on airfares, that on air shopping, you have the ability to also see, tell the system to show only baggage. Let me see. Free check baggage. So if I do this on air shopping, all the prices that I will see will include a free check baggage. If I don't do this, I have to pay attention to the luggage icon. If the luggage icon is black, there is a free baggage there. If it's gray, or there is no luggage, or the luggage has a price. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Carlos.
No, please, my pleasure. So I already have my air segments in here. And I have also my price. Let's display the P&L for you to see it, how it shows. Here is my P&L. And if I go here into price quotes, there's my price. And if I want to go see the details, those are the details in here. I can link travelers, I can refresh a price quote, etc. That's something I will do later when I create my PNR. right? So on the presentation, you will see outbound and inbound flights will be shown. Each tab will show the carrier, flight number, city pair, and then you have access to basic data, services, and selling. And as soon as you sell it, it will appear on the trip summary, and you have also the option to price it. So in that way, we have covered that second option, which is air availability. Any questions so far?
Not from my side, Carlos.
Okay, excellent. Let's continue then. Let me jump into fare quote just for a moment. Remember that we are seeing air module here. So why am I going to fare quote? If fare quote is not, I mean, it's related to air because it's talking about the price, but it's just the price. So am I have the ability to get air segments from fare quote? Yes, I have. Yes, I have a way to get into the fare quotes and 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 see. So let me try something for you to see it. Basically, fare quote is for fares. I will see a list of fares. I will see the rules there, right? That's the basic of fare quotes. But I also have the ability to for the system to give me a little more. So let me try to do something here. I'm gonna try SLU to BGI, and I will do it on the 23rd of November. And I'm also want a return on that for the 30th of November. I'm not going to ask for the carrier or booking class or anything, but going into the advanced qualifier and just in case because of my PCC, my access here, I'm going to change the currency code to USD. This is something you don't need to change the currency code. I need to do it because of this setup that I am using as a test, as an instructor. And then I'm going to get the fare quotes. And here we are. Those are all the fare quotes in here. Now, I made one mistake. So I'm going to correct this. I have here the all example, so I'm going to ignore it. So it doesn't affect this part. And now that I don't have it, I'm going to clean my screen, go into my clock, and do this. And I have here. Now I have filter here, which is good. Now I have here the content of the fare quote that I have done. I have BW, 3S, and JY in all these booking classes, all these global indicators and types. Now, since this is a round trip fare, I just want the round trip fares, which are 8. Let's apply it. And now I have it from 3S, from JY, right? And I have here the T class and it's a round trip, and that's all I have. Now let's say that I want this fare from JY. I open it, and I have obviously the access of the fare rules here. But as you see, I have the shop fare and search availability. I have two options here. If I click on search availability, the system is going to pop up everything here on the air availability tab. And I do search availability, and then I choose my booking classes, and then I price, the same as we did a minute ago. But I don't want to do that. I want to click on shop airfare. what happening here is that the system is reading and it says no data available within 90 days from the outbound date, which means that for this specific flight or for this specific fare on those dates, I am not able to find, he's not able to find a plane or an airplane that can use that flight, that fare. Let's try something different. Let's go for the one-way fares and try to choose this BW fare. Let's try. No dates. Okay, so it's maybe the dates I am choosing. Let's change the example then. And let me try something more common to my region. Let's say I want to go from Lima to, let's say, Los Angeles on the 23rd of November. And I'm going to return on the 30th of November. And I'm going to do this on USD. And I'm not going to say any carrier. Let's see. And I'm going to choose, let's choose American Airlines, just in case. And I do the shop airfare. And here, now the system is showing me to choose flight dates. For Tuesday, 23rd of November, which is my outbound flight, it's available. That fare, that $270 fare, it's available on the 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Not before or after. It's also available for December. So I can choose all those alternate flights or alternate dates. Now let's go into my inbound date, my return. There is no date selected, but I know it was 30th of November, which is this one. So I click 30th of November and I click on shop. And I am shopping for this fare, QNN. These are the flights. And I am going to do Lima, Miami, Miami, Los Angeles. Or Lima, Dallas, Dallas, Los Angeles. Let's try the first one. This is the Lima, Los Angeles. This is my outbound. I select it and then I have the inbounds. And I'm going to do my Los Angeles, Miami. And I click here. And now I have my flights and now I am going to sell it. Oh, sorry about that. It's supposed to give me those. It's because I am on the testing environment, surely. Let's try to shop again. Something local here. Okay. I am facing one challenge here. They want you to I want to be sure. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Let's try it. Something local in the US. for the 26th of October. And return on the 30th. Yeah. I'm going to select this and I'm going to add my qualifier to dollars. So, but the idea, what I want you to have clear in your mind is the idea. So the use of this is clear for you. I mean, how we interact with the system and how we are choosing it. I'm gonna do the 26 here, and for the outbound, my return will be the 30. Shop. I'm gonna choose my inbound, choose my outbound, and I'm gonna sell and save the price. And here we are. This $96 represents my base fare plus my taxes. This 63.26 is 63.26, the one we choose. So on this way, I am using a fur quote for the system to look into the rules, to search for the flights for me. And it works. From here, I've just continued doing my PNR. So this can be useful in cases where you don't know how to get your passengers to their destination. If somebody comes to an agency and says, I want to go to Kuala Lumpur, and the agent doesn't know where Kuala Lumpur is or how to get it into Kuala Lumpur from where he is, well, I can do my fare quote. And if there is a price there and if there is a fare, I can use this option to get something. And from there, if that is the price and that's perfect, fantastic. But if not, I have a starting point in order to look for more. Any questions so far?
No questions so far from my end, Carlos.
Excellent. So the last part of this would be the air schedule. Basically, what they will show me is this. Let's try Poskin for the 16th of October. And I have here my advanced qualifiers by cabin, but I'm not going to do it. Let's say that I want direct flights only or extended schedule. I can create that. But let's search for the schedule from Post to King on the 16th of October. In here, I have it. Those are all the flights available for that route. I can see the airline, the dates and the times. I'll close this. I have here these three dots in here. There's nothing. I can move, I believe. No. So this is basically what it will be shown. It's just for showing. Right? And obviously you will see here the booking classes that are within those flights. So this is a way for you to know all the flights that goes from Post to Kingdom to Kingston, right, on that specific date. It's a very simple way of getting the information. Any question or comment that you have? Nope.
Not on my end.
Not
No.
so far.
Okay. How many times we have left yet? Or we are on time?
We have
Yeah,
until quarter past. So we have like 4 minutes, let's say, to end on time.
We have 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Okay. So I'm glad to see that we did this on time. So on this way, we have reviewed the different options that we have on the air module, right? We didn't go into the PNR, but again, if you want to do it, just you just need to start doing the things here. And let's say if I go into, for example, the 19th of November, let me show you something here in this 4 minutes that we have. And I will do, no, let's do something different. Let's do the Pasking example. One of the features that we show was, you remember when we do shop airfare and we see all the fares there and we have the proposal icon. I just want to show you very briefly how the proposal works so you will feel more comfortable and see. Okay, let's pause King. Pause from 19th of October to the 26th of October. Let's see now. Oh, it's weird. See if this 4 minutes helps. Okay, so if I open here, I have here my propose. So I am not going to sell this, I'm going to propose. So I'll click here. And this is going to be stored on the system without being booked. And it's here. So I propose this of an air, and I will propose this from American. And I have these two options for my passenger. I'm going to share it. And the system is going to create this document in which my two options here. This is in Spanish because my PCC is in Spanish, but again, I can change here to English. And I have the flight options here. My first option and my second option. I copy this and then moved onto my my email, and I send it through email. Now, one of the details in this proposal that I am sending to email is that I have an ID, as you see here. This is the proposal ID. Now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this just for me, and I'm going to simply close this, and I'm going to ignore because there is nothing actually. I didn't book anything. Now, 2 or 3 days later, my customer comes and says, hey, you know what? I have a decision made. Okay, so I go into trip proposal here, and I'm going to search for the proposal ID. And here we are. And he says that he wants this one, the $7,000. So I open it here. I validate the price because 2 or 3 days has passed. The pre-original price and the current price are the same, so I can shop or I can close. Let's close and just booked. So I don't have to rebook. I don't have to go and search again for the flights. Those are there. That's the way proposal works, and it works for air, for car, and for hotels. So if you work with customers and you have to send them options, this is a good way to do it. So just go and talk with your Sabre representative if you are interested in for a specific demo or the commercial conditions on the price. Again, this is a premium feature. So if you like it, then go ahead and contact your Sabre representative. With that, I will say thank you very much for your time, your patience, and your support. And for me, it has been a very, very a great pleasure to be with you today and to show you Sabre Red 360 Air modules. Thank you very much, Carolina, Leandro.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, Carlos.
Carlos.
It has also been a pleasure for us to count on you once again in this series, in the first session of this series that we began today and will end next Thursday. There is one question that came in the last minute, Carlos. Maybe
Please go
we
ahead.
can address that.
Sure.
Catherine is asking if you can add the passenger name to the proposal.
Yes, indeed. You can add it. You can add the passenger name there. There's an option for you, and actually, if you yes, you can do that. Let me see if I can add it in a way, and I will show you in a moment.
Thank you
I
very
have
much.
here the proposal here. Let's search, and let me share my screen again. So this is the proposal here. You can add your traveler information, the passive segment, and the service fee. So if I add the traveler information, I can add, Mr. name. Let's add it. And then it's here. So when I do my share, it's here. And then I copy and I send it. Now, when I copy this, I am copying it as a text. So I am able to, add information or delete information that I don't want. One other detail here is that this is the output standard, but if you want to the compact, it will delete all the icons in here and it will be more straight to the point. It's much shorter. And the fact that you have all these languages available also makes it very, very useful. Sorry. Will
Thank
that
you
answer the
very
question?
much, Carlos. Yes, indeed, that did it. Catherine is very happy actually about that. So, Catherine, we are glad that we were able to give you an answer to the question that you have. I
Excellent.
haven't seen any further questions, but what I would like to reinforce in here is something that one of our customers asked is regarding the YouTube channel. When you access the YouTube channel, you will see that there are at least 6 lists, okay, of contents, and the one that is for you that are located in the Caribbean, you need to access the list that is Sabre Products English. We have all our contents distributed according to the market and to the language also. Okay, so you will find that there is one that is Sabre Products Spanish, Español actually, Sabre Products Portuguese, and then Sabre Products English. This is the one that is suitable for you. This session that we are recording, in fact, will be uploaded there once we finish, okay? And there's also another list that is named dynamic videos. In there you will find very short videos about specific topics. It's like similar to what we send in emails like Sabre tips, okay? But keep in mind that Sabre Products English, okay? I will just share my screen again. If you can give me, I think that I can get control from here. Okay. I want to share with you one slide with some information in here. Leandro, can you confirm whether you are able to see my screen?
Not yet, Carolina.
Not yet? Okay.
Now it's loading,
Okay, thank you.
and now we can see you.
Okay, thank you very much. So what we wanted to share with you here in this slide are the next meetings, the next dates that we have. That will be tomorrow, 29th September, the Sabre Red 360 series, chapter 2, fares and pricing, and also on the 30th, the last one that will be about ticketing topics. Okay, as usual, we will send you later the information so you can access tomorrow the session as we always do. So being that said, I wanted to thank you for your time and participation in this first session of the Sabre Red 360 series Air module. We hope, as usual, that this information has been useful and added value to your business. Let us remind you that within the next 24 hours, we will send you supporting material via email. Somebody was asking, okay, and we will include in there the presentation that Carlos shared along with the recording of this session so you can revisit it or share it with any of your colleagues that wasn't able to make it to this event.
And I would like to thank you all for your participation. Thank you, Carlos, for the great presentation as well. And just adding to Carolina's comment, we will send you as well the link to the customer satisfaction survey for this meeting. It is, as Carolina mentioned at the beginning of the call, it is very important for us, for you to complete it, as well as provide your candid feedback about this initiative and let us know which topics you would like to see tackled in the future. Rest assured, we will make all our efforts to bring these topics to of your interest in future agendas. Thank you once again for your time, and it will be until the next meeting.
Thank you.